Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners and hi to any newbies. It is so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while. And if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So you are back today for the final Impkin reveal. Now, this has been a year-long collaboration and we are done. Yes, we are. So let me take you on a journey for the whole year. I am going to be explaining what the collaboration was, and then I will be going through the Impkins, and then finally at the end you will get to see the final Impkins, and there will of course be the usual thing that I do in these videos right at the very end. So settle in, get a drink, get a project, and let's revisit a whole year, because the collaboration was of course hashtag Year of the Impkins. Now, back in 2023, myself and Amanda over at Obsessive Crochet Lady Amanda had these books, and we knew that we wanted to do something with these books. This is Crochet Impkins by Megan Lapp, also known as Crafty Intentions. She released this book. They are super cute, super adorable, and we just knew that we wanted to make some. Excuse me. Then we came together and said we wanted to do something together with this. Now, we know that not everyone is going to be able to afford to get their own copy of this book. So we wanted our collaboration to still be interactive without it being at a great cost to those wanting to participate. So the idea was born that we were going to make an Impkin for every 2 months of the year, which should mean that we end up with 6 at the end of the year. Now, the reason why we did one over the course of 2 months is because, life things that need to take precedence, busy real lives, adulting, blah, 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 blah. We didn't want to put any stress on ourselves. We didn't want to put any pressure on ourselves. We wanted to still do this, but give ourselves enough time in order to get it completed. So that was the first thing we decided. The next thing we decided is how to incorporate you guys without making you go out and get a copy of this book. And what we came up with is that we were going to do a live here on my channel at the beginning of every 2-month block. We would go live and we would get you guys to decide what our Impkins were going to look like. Because as you can see, it says over 1 million possible combinations. Yes, really. The way this book works is you get a couple of body options, you get arm options. So the actual main body of the doll, yes, there are a few options, but once you have that doll, there are millions of different bits and bobbles that you can put on your Impkins to make them truly unique. There are a few more there on the back, and that is just not even 1% of what you can do. So Amanda and I got together and we decided to pre-select a few of the bits and pieces that we wanted you guys to vote on, so that we narrowed down the selection so that the vote wouldn't last hours and hours. But also, so there was our input of bits that we wouldn't mind making if they were chosen. But ultimately, you guys who came to that vote would have the final say of what the winning pieces and parts were going to be. Once the vote was done, Amanda and I then had 2 months to make that Impkin that was chosen by you. Halfway through those 2 months, so at the end of the first month, we would come on and do a progress video to show you how we were doing with the making of our Impkins. And both Amanda and I took a completely different tactic in making these. To begin with, Panda made hers in thread so that they were itty bitty and they could decorate her Christmas tree. That did change partway through, but if you've been following up on all the videos, you will know her story, and hopefully in her final reveal she'll do something similar like this and run through them all. If not, go back and watch the videos she's already done. I put both my videos and her videos relating to the Impkins in one playlist, and I will link that playlist for the final time down in the description box of this video, so you can see all of my videos and all of Panda's videos all in one handy dandy place. But yes, she started off doing thread. I have done all of mine in cotton because I have a huge cotton tote where I wanted to use bits and pieces up from. These are really good scrap stash busters because you don't need an awful lot of yarn for all the little bits and pieces. Yeah, so it was either DK or 4-weight cottons that I was using in a myriad of different colours, whatever took my fancy that month. So live vote at the beginning of the 2 months, progress video in the middle of the 2 months, and then at the end of the video we would do a reveal video and show you, and then at the next live vote we would show the Impkin again for those that may have missed it, and then we would do the next vote, and so it continued. So that was the setup of our year of the Impkins, and it was an awful lot of fun, and I loved the fact that you guys got to have your input without having to outlay quite a bit of money for a book. There were several of you as well that joined in with the Impkins along the way. If you were lucky enough to have a book, you did participate and you joined in. You sent us photos, and both Amanda and I put them on our community tabs. I think I do have a couple of Impkins to show for this final one. So once you have finished watching this video and you have watched Pandas, please look at our community tabs to see the other wonderful Impkins that a lot of you lovelies watching have made as well. I would really appreciate it. So let's get down to it, shall we? The first Impkin was for January and February. We did the vote on the 6th of January, and you guys decided that we were going to do sitting body number 2, arm option number 2. You then picked the pointed mushroom cap, and I'm looking off to the side, guys, because I have my notes to the side of the computer. So the pointed mushroom cap, a scarf, and away we went. Now, the first Impkin progress video was around the 31st of January. The reveal video was around the 28th of February. And my twist was I didn't just make one Impkin at a time. I made 2 that were fondly nicknamed the Twimpkins. The reason why I made 2 is every time we finished an Impkin in those 2 months, I would do a giveaway, and one of you lovelies had the opportunity of winning the other twin Impkin. So I have brought down all of the Impkins that we did, and I will be re-showcasing them for one final time. So yes, it was sitting body 2, arm style 2, pointed mushroom cap, and a scarf. And this is how mine turned out. I used a beigey mushroomy colour for his body. And then I used this pale baby blue for the scarf and the top of his hat. And then a creamy colour for the gills of the mushroom. And the lucky person that won the twin of this Impkin was Laurelie Summershine, and she lives in New York. So the twin for this one lives in New York. So this was Impkin number 1 for January and February of 2024. I even gave him glittery blue eyes to match his hat and his scarf. So there was Impkin number 1. Okay, now the second Impkin was for March and April. We did the live vote on the 2nd of March. You guys picked the standing body number 2, arm option number 2. You then picked spiky ears. You picked medium wavy horns, and you picked the ponytail. We came and did a progress video on the 1st of April. We did the reveal video on the 30th of April. And this is what that one looks like for me. The winner of the twin of this one was Missy from Missy's Yarniverse and More. She lives in Tennessee. So the twin of this one lives in Tennessee. So there we go. The spiky ears, the medium wavy horns, and the curly ponytail. I just used a mixture of colours for this one, and I gave her sparkly gold eyes. So this was March and April, and Missy twins with me for this one. Okay, so May and June was Impkin number 3. We did the vote on the 4th of May, and the winning pieces were standing body 1, arm 1, antennae number 4, the snoot, and feather wings. So that was this one. He's been living in my bag for a couple of days, so let me just straighten him up a little bit. Now, the twin for this one is, or was won by Kimberly Mendenhall. She is also in the US, but I forgot to note down what part of the US. So all of the Twimkin twins so far have gone to live in the US, which is fabulous. There we go. So the snoot, the antennae number 4, which reminded me of seaweed. Then the feather wings. And I gave this one light pink sparkly eyes. So myself and Kimberly are twinning with this one because we did the progress video on the 3rd of June and the reveal video on the 1st of July. So that was Impkin number 3. Okay, Impkin number 4, which was July and August. We did the live vote on the 6th of July. The winning body was sitting body 2. The winning arms was arm number 2. Then we had to do a tutu. We then had to do a wide crown, and we had to do a backpack. We came on and did the progress video on the 31st of July, and the reveal video was on the 28th of August. And that is, oh, hang on a minute. Before we go through this one, let me just tell you that I was gifted in Happy Mail Missy's version of Impkin number 3. So Missy has my twin of this one, and I have Missy's twin of her one, which is just absolutely gorgeous. She even added some hair. It's absolutely stunning, and I am so pleased and made up that I've got it in my hands, living with me forever and ever. Right, so going back to Impkin number 4, sitting body 2, arm style 2, tutu, wide crown, and backpack. And this is her here. She's got green sparkly eyes. She's got a really shiny, pretty crown, shiny, pretty tutu, and the backpack to match. And I did her in this lilac-y colour. Now, the winner of the 4th Impkin was Teresa over at Teresa's Handmade Gifts. I also think that Teresa lives in the US, but I forgot to mark down which state in particular. So 4 of my Impkins now live in the US. So that was Impkin number 4. Now, the 5th Impkin was September and October. We did the live vote on the 31st of August. Standing body 2, arm style 2, large antlers, dinosaur tail, ninja mask. We showed our progress on the 30th of September, and we revealed the 5th Impkin on the 30th of October. And this is Impkin 5 here. There we go. This was my version. This one had dark pink sparkly eyes that you can just about see. And the winner of the twin for this one was Vicky Davis. And again, Vicky lives in the US. So all of my Impkins so far, they live in the US, which is just craziness. But there we go. That was the 5th Impkin. Now you have seen the whole year in Impkins that has already been featured. So now there is only one other thing to do. Let me pack my little Impkins away because we've still got Christmas decorations up at the minute. I am filming this on Saturday, the 28th of December. All of my decorations will be down before New Year's Eve because I don't like taking them into the new year with me. So as soon as the Christmas has been put away, the Impkins will come back out and be displayed on my fireplace. So when I did my progress video last month, I did actually show you what the Impkins had been made out of. I had made the doll in this Christmassy red, green and white, which is actually this Devanti yarn that you get from the range here in the UK. It's UK only yarn. It's the mistletoe ombre cotton yarn. Okay, that's what I used. And I also showed you that I had to use a slightly different size of eye, and I had given them a light pink glittery eye. Now, I did not show you what other yarns I was planning to use, and I did not tell you what accessories they would have, because for Impkin number 6, the final Impkin, Panda and I just couldn't find a slot of time where we could come together and do the planned 6th vote. So what we decided to do was to give everyone taking part a free-for-all. You could do whatever Impkin your heart desires. And in a way, I was really pleased that we were able to do that, because there are over 1 million combinations, as it says on the book. And as you're making them, you do fall in love with certain bits and pieces in the book. Now, I didn't make the Impkin that I really, really wanted to make. Instead, I went for a Christmas theme because it is Christmas time that these were going to be completed. So this is not my ultimate Impkin. This is my Christmas themed Impkin, and you haven't seen them. And also, for transparency and honesty, I needed to make them as quickly as possible because I had a lot of other makes and whips that I needed to get done, but I wanted to make sure that I had completed Impkins for today's video, and also to give away the Twimpkin at the end of this video. So it was a little bit of a cop out for time, but it is still winter or Christmassy themed, and that was what I was going for. So I did indeed complete that mission. I did add a little extra something to them. Can you hear? Little jingle bells. And let me just smarten them up and get them camera ready. Here is Impkin number 6. Ah, look at them. They are so cute. Yes, they are. Could you get any more Christmas in an Impkin? Just saying. So like I said, the mistletoe yarn was made, or the dolls were made out of. And then I used red and white for the Santa hats and the Santa themed scarves. And then just to add a little touch, they put pom-poms on the end of the hats in the pattern book. But I thought, no, I'm going to do one better and add a green jingle bell to the end. Now, I did cheat slightly again, guys. I did hot glue the jingle bells on, and I did hot glue the hats on. I just did not have time to sew, and I just, like I said, I needed to get them done and ready in time to do this video because Christmas is just such a busy time of the year, but I didn't want to let you guys down. So I did the best that I could in the time that I had. So what do you think? So I'm not even sure what bits and pieces I did now. You're gonna have to go back and look at the other video, but this is the let me just look at the list a minute. Let's go to hats. Um, 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 Oh, why isn't it not just jumping out of me? Okay, we'll do it the long way then. Bear with. Page 77. I did the curved pointed hat. But in the book, as you can see, oh, hang on, let's put the Impkins down. As you can see, they added a pom-pom onto the end of theirs, and I just did the jingle bell instead. They do their scarf plain, but I incorporated the red and the white in the hat in the scarf as well. So yes, it was the curved pointed hat and the scarf. Now the red that I used was Lily Sugar and Cream in the colourway red, and I've got a little bit left. And the white, I used the Rainbow 88 from Hobie in the colour number 2. And these are how they turned out. I hope you are pleased with them. I hope you're not disappointed that it isn't a lot more complex and involved and inventive. I did the best with the time that I've got, and I did do the extra with the jingle bell, and I think they're super cute, and I think that whoever wins it will now have a piece of Manfa in their home every Christmas should they wish. So I suppose, guys, there is only one more thing to do. We need to give one of these Twimpkins away. So if you want to be in with the chance of winning one of these Twimpkins, you need to put the word jingle in your comment. JINGLE. And I will know that you want to be put on the giveaway list. So as your comments come in, I will assign your name to a number, and as usual, I will come on at some point and pick the winner for this twin to go home with. Now, when your name's been drawn and you claim, I will need to know which one you would prefer, whether you want the, I don't know, how can I distinguish between these two? Yeah, whether you want the green nose or whether you want the red nose. Okay, you would have to tell me if you win, but we'll sort that out at a later date. But yeah, if you want the Christmas Twimpkin, put the word jingle down below. Now, the usual terms and conditions of any giveaway apply. You do have to be over 18. It's not sponsored or affiliated by anybody. This is just me. I made them. I will pay to ship them. But if there's any customs duties or taxes, that is on you. Once they leave my hands, that is all that I am going to be doing. And the Twimpkin will come and live with you very early in the new year, hopefully. So yes, I know it's a bit late for this Christmas decor, but you can put it away for next year. And yeah, this is the last Twimpkin that I will be giving away. So make sure, if you've always wanted one, that you do get involved and that you do enter. YouTube doesn't know about this. Megan Lapp doesn't know about this. It is only me that has done this all year long, and it's my time, my materials, and my shipping costs. So yeah. put the word jingle, guys. So there's nothing left to say other than thank you to Panda for an awesome collaboration for the whole of 2024. I've really enjoyed myself. It did get a little tedious at points, but then we have so many other bits and pieces that we're involved in, and we have busy lives outside of YouTube, so that is to be expected. I am grateful that I am going to be having a little bit of a break from making the Impkins because, hey, I was only supposed to make 6 and I made 12. So I have more than played my part. It was mostly fun. I'm glad we did it. It is now one of the pattern books that I own that I have made several things from, which is amazing. And yeah, I wish Panda the best of luck for 2025 in some of the collaborations she's got going over on her channel for the new year. And I hope she enjoyed it as much as I did. Don't forget, both mine and her videos are in a playlist together, and that is linked down in the description box. I hope this was a good wrap-up video for the Impkin collaboration, but time to see who the last Impkin winner is and see what 2025 brings. So yeah, thank you for your time today. I really do appreciate it. Please do come back tomorrow for, what have I got planned? Let me see. Oh, December Stash Down Statistics. So the last episode of Stash Down Statistics tomorrow, and that will wrap the year up nicely. But for the rest of this week, I'm going to be trying to wrap up as much of December as I can. So any future plans or goals for 2025 won't be discussed until next week. But that's okay. There's a lot that happened in 2024 that needs wrapping up and finishing off really, really nicely. So yes, please come back for the rest of the week for various stuff. Stash Down Statistics tomorrow. But until then, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones, and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one or around the YouTube streets. Bye, guys. Love you loads.